Can you believe it? There are things right next to you every single day that your eyes will never see, your ears will never hear. But your dog can see them, hear them, and sense them all. Many people think, well, dogs have sharp senses, but the truth is far crazier than that. What your dog feels every day might shock you once you realize that we've been living next to a creature far more superhuman than we ever imagined. And trust me, once you finish watching this video, you'll never look at your dog the same way again, because you're about to discover 21 secrets that only dogs can sense, hear, or see, while we humans are completely blind to them. If you want to understand your dog better and love them in the right way, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. I promise to bring you countless amazing things to make every day with your furry friend even more meaningful. So, ready? Let's jump straight into the very first secret, one that will surprise you the most. Your dog can see things you'd never even imagine, like ultraviolet light, UV light, an invisible wavelength for humans, but a hidden world painted bright before your dog's eyes. Imagine this. When you walk your dog through a flower garden, your eyes see green leaves, red petals. But for your dog, every petal glows with patterns and traces that only a dog's nose and eyes can read. That's why sometimes you'll see your pup sniffing and staring at a flower or a wall. They're reading messages that human eyes could never decode. Truly, your dog's world sparkles in ways you can't see. And when night falls and you turn off the lights, thinking everything has disappeared into darkness, those eyes still see it all. Thanks to a special reflective layer in their eyes, dogs can make use of even the faintest light to watch, to detect movement, even the tiny scurry of a mouse sneaking across the yard. Many people think, it's dark, my dog can't see. Wrong. While you're fumbling for your flashlight, your dog has already spotted the intruder. Sometimes we think we're protecting them, but often they're the watchful eyes keeping us safe in the dark. And it doesn't stop there. Your dog's vision reaches wider than yours ever will. You look straight ahead, needing to turn your head to check your back, not your dog. With eyes set wide apart, their field of view is like an open map of the world. They know what you're doing, who's coming up from behind, which leaf is trembling on the fence. So don't be surprised when you're dozing off and your dog suddenly jumps up barking, because that wide gaze never misses anything important nearby. More importantly, dogs don't just see for the sake of seeing. They see to catch, to guard, to protect. A dog's ability to track movement is top tier in the animal kingdom. A tiny flick of a cat's tail, a sneaky squirrel's twitch, all caught in your dog's sightline. Even your eyes, when you glance sideways or your facial muscles tighten, your dog notices. And they understand, because to them, every tiny motion tells a story. And their mission is to listen with their eyes, often faster than words could ever say. Many people still believe dogs only see in black and white, but that's not entirely true. Dogs can see color, though not as vividly as we do. They see the world in shades of blue, soft yellows, and gray, like an old film reel, yet detailed enough for them to know where the fresh grass is, where a shadowy figure lurks, or where danger might move. Believe me, your dog doesn't need a rainbow to find life colorful. A single patch of blue-green grass is enough to send them running free. And those ears? Think you hear everything? Think again. A simple snap of your fingers is enough to make your dog jump. But beyond familiar sounds, they hear things human ears will never catch. A dog whistle, silent to us, is like a long, high-pitched call that rings straight into their nerves, grabbing their attention instantly. So when you see your dog suddenly perk up, staring at a corner or the fence, don't think they're acting weird. Somewhere out there, a super high frequency might be whispering secrets you'll never hear. Not just high sounds, they hear the deep ones too, rumbling below the ground. Infrasound, low-frequency vibrations we can only feel but not hear clearly. Dogs hear them. Earthquakes rumbling, distant thunder, even storms brewing. Many people say their dogs pace anxiously before a big storm hits. It's not random instinct. It's those special ears sketching out a storm map long before we catch on. Sometimes we think we're the masters, but in truth, our dogs are living sensors, guarding the skies for us. And you'd be even more surprised to know that right inside your room, electronics, TVs, monitors, smoke alarms, they all emit tiny ultrasonic frequencies. We never notice, but dogs do. That's why they sometimes bark, growl at the TV, or stare at the speaker. They're not being silly. They're living in an invisible world of sound we'll never step into. And you know what? That's only part of the super world your dog owns. Because right now, you're about to hear even stranger, deeper things that will make you love your dog 100 times more. Ready? Let's keep going. You think dogs are just good at hearing? The truth is, their nose is their true superpower, one any other creature would envy. A dog's sense of smell can be up to 1,000,000 times sharper than a human's. That shirt you wore all day and tossed on a chair? To you, it's just an old shirt. To your dog, it's a whole story. Your sweat, your shampoo, the streets you walked, the people who stood near you. Every detail is locked in that single sniff. That's why they bury their nose in your shoes or clothes. They're reading your secret diary you never knew existed. And it's not just familiar scents. That nose is a living emotion detector too. When you're stressed, your body releases special stress hormones. Humans don't notice, but your dog's nose never misses it. Many studies show dogs can smell your stress, your worry, your sadness. That's why when you're tired or upset, without saying a word, your dog curls up by your feet, nudges their head into your lap, lying quietly as if to say, "Don't worry, I'm here." That's why dogs are called humankind's best companions, because sometimes they understand feelings we don't even admit to ourselves. Some dog noses even save lives. Believe it or not, dogs can detect cancer. Studies show the tiny chemical changes from cancer cells release signals too subtle for human noses, but dogs pick them up. In many places, medical detection dogs are trained to sniff out cancer in its earliest stages, sometimes even more accurately than machines. Imagine one day your dog keeps sniffing the same spot on your body over and over. Don't brush it off. It might be their way of telling you to take care of yourself. It's not just sickness. A dog's nose is their map for figuring out who's friend or stranger. When they meet another dog, what's the first thing they do? Sniff. When guests visit, they sniff shoes, pants, not being rude, but scanning the files on that person. A scent reveals it all, familiar or stranger, any other animals, any tension. So if someone says, "Dogs just sniff randomly," smile. That nose is doing its job, protecting you in its own special way. And it's not just the nose. Your dog's paws hold another hidden sense. Ever notice how your dog gets restless, circles, or barks before a storm? A dog's paws are extremely sensitive to vibrations. Just a faint rumble, distant thunder, footsteps, even a mild earthquake, and they pick it up early. That's why sometimes you hear nothing, yet your dog's already worried, hiding under the bed or dashing around the house. Those paws aren't just for running. They're like built-in antennas connected to the earth, giving you a heads up on what's coming. And if you think the nose, ears, and paws are impressive, there's one more hidden secret inside that nose. Some scientists believe dogs can sense the Earth's magnetic field. Sounds like science fiction, but research shows dogs often align themselves north-south when they do their business. Whether you believe it or not, this compass helps dogs navigate and find their way home from miles away. Countless stories tell of lost dogs trekking through forests and highways to return to their old home, guided by this biological compass we can't see, can't hear, but they always carry inside. And if all these vibrations and magnetic tricks weren't enough, look up at the sky. Many believe dogs can read signs of storms, lightning, or heavy rain. With those infrasound detecting ears, vibration sensing paws, and noses sniffing out air humidity, dogs become living weather stations in your home. Some owners say that before a big storm, their dogs pace, howl, or hide under the bed while the sky is still blue. Science may not explain it all yet, But millions believe this tiny miracle is a gift only dogs were given. But don't look away yet, because what your dog senses goes beyond biology. It reaches something our hearts long for the most: emotion, attachment, and wordless friendship. Let's keep going, so you'll see why dogs touch the human heart so deeply. The most amazing thing about dogs isn't just their biological senses, it's how they connect with us unconditionally. Have you noticed? When you're sad, when your voice softens, when your eyes water, they come close, lay their head on your leg, gently lick your hand as if to say, "It's okay, I'm here." Dogs don't need complicated words. They listen to your breath, your eyes, your tone, enough to know if you're okay or not. Sometimes they know you better than your own family does. They don't judge, don't ask why. They just stay, like the one friend who will never walk away. And deeper than the eyes, ears, or a gentle lick is an invisible language called pheromones. When you're happy, scared, or angry, your body releases unique chemical signals, invisible to us, crystal clear to your dog's nose. They know when you're happy, tense, or hiding thoughts you haven't spoken. That's why they circle you, stick close, curl up by your bed, quietly doing their job of keeping your heartbeat calmer every day. Even more touching, many owners say dogs can detect tiny changes in our bodies that we don't notice ourselves. For example, pregnancy. There are countless stories of dogs suddenly acting clingy, guarding doorways, curling up close to their owner's belly, because their nose picked up on changing pregnancy hormones early on. They don't know what pregnancy means. They just know something important is growing inside you, and they'll be there to protect you. And that tiny life, till the end. And perhaps the most heartwarming thing of all, no matter how far you go, your dog will always find their way back to you. So many stories tell of lost dogs traveling miles, crossing highways and forests, just to find that familiar scent of home. Science still debates how they do it. Maybe it's their super nose, maybe their mysterious magnetic compass. But a dog's love never needs science to prove it. They will always find their way back, because wherever you are, that's home. And here's something small you might overlook. Dogs sense even the tiniest changes in nature and weather. Many owners say that before a storm hits, their dogs grow restless, howl softly, hide by the door, staring at the sky with worried eyes. Maybe it's their ears catching infrasound, their nose sniffing moisture, their paws feeling the earth tremble. But however they do it, they become your silent storm alarm. They don't shout it. They simply lift their head, lick your hand, as if to say, "It's about to rain, let's go inside." What you've just heard is only a glimpse of the countless wonders your dog brings every day. A dog is not just a pet, not just a companion. They're a second pair of eyes, a second pair of ears, a second heart that life has gifted us. So hold them a little tighter, scratch those soft ears a little longer, because behind those bright eyes is a whole world quietly watching, listening, and protecting you, even when you don't realize it. And if today you've only discovered these 21 small secrets, keep them for yourself, or share them with someone who loves dogs like you do, so that every day together we understand, cherish, and feel grateful for these tiny but extraordinary souls. Now you know why each dog is so special, because every day they see, hear, and sense a world we'll never touch. And the best part is, that world is devoted entirely to you, only you. If you believe your pup deserves more love and understanding, leave a comment and tell me your story with your dog. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, share it with other dog lovers, and subscribe to the channel so we can meet again and uncover even more amazing secrets about these four-legged friends. See you and your pup in the next video, because this journey of understanding each other never really ends, does it?